everybody, how are you all doing? I'm going to do a little bit of maths with you this morning. We've got Brian here. He's not looking very happy about it, I must say. And we're going to do a little bit of halving. So last week, if you did some of the activities, the bear hunt activities, you should have done some halving pictures and cut the pictures for the picnic in half. So what we're going to do to start with, if you get yourself a whiteboard and a pen or a book and a pencil, we're going to draw some pictures and we're going to look at how we can cut them in half. We're going to pretend our pen is an imaginary pair of scissors and looking at how we can cut it in half. Okay? So you get yourself a whiteboard and a pen or a book and a pencil. And the first thing I want you to draw is just nice and easy, a circle. So when you're doing these drawings, don't do them teeny tiny, do them quite a good size. Don't need to be really big, just one that would fit on a whiteboard like mine, okay? So drawing a nice circle. And then you can hold it up and you can show me. I'm trying to get mine as circular as I can. Here's mine, here's my circle. Yours should look a bit similar. So about that size, if you can do it about that size, okay? Now, when we talk about putting things in half or cutting things in half, that means we have to split it into two. Not into three, not into four, just into two separate pieces. So I'm going to hold it up while I do this one so that you can see how we're going to do it. Now, we're going to split or cut with our imaginary scissors our circle in half. Now think about it really carefully where you're going to do it. Now, I don't mind if you do the line downwards or the line this way, okay? It's up to you, but it has to be half. So when we say half, it has to be equal. So both pieces have to be the same, like a jigsaw puzzle, okay? I'm going to do mine this way. So I might just need to turn it around so I'm really looking at where half is. Okay, right, can you see I've drawn my line and it's pretty much exactly half. We've got a piece up here now, a semicircle here and a semicircle here. What you could have done, I'll just rub mine out very carefully, you could have cut your circle in half this way. And that's still half, it's just the other way around. Got a bit of a wonky line there. So you have a go at doing that with your circle and then we'll do some different pictures. So that's quite a boring one. But you could imagine it's a yummy pizza or something and you're sharing it with your brother or sister. Okay, well done. This time I want you to draw a flower. Don't go into loads and loads of detail. Just a nice picture of a flower, similar to size to your circle. Okay, here's mine. Okay, nice, easy, quick flower. And the same again, I want you to cut your flower in half with your imaginary scissors. So you can either do it this way or this way. Now, while you're doing that, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it so it's not half, so it's not equal. And see what you think it looks like. Okay, can you see mine? So I've done my line, that's fine, but does it look like it's the same on both sides? No, it doesn't, does it? There's only a tiny bit of a petal here and the rest of the flower is down here. So that's why it's really important when you're finding half that you do it exactly in the middle. So I'll rub that line out and I'll do it properly this time and it should look like you've done yours. Okay, so pretty much bang in the middle, half. So I've started here and it's about the same on each side, so it's equal. Okay, we'll do another little picture and then we're going to do some halving with food and real numbers. Right, this time can you draw a picture of a square, another shape? Remember with a square, it's got 4 equal sides. So don't do long sides and short sides, otherwise that will be a rectangle. So try your best to get all your sides equal. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've tried my best. I've not used a ruler, but I've just tried my very, very best. Okay, so this time you can put half either downwards or across. It's up to you. If you did it downwards last time, maybe do it across this time. Okay. And chop it in half. There we go. There's mine. So if you look, actually, when we chop a square in half, it makes 2 small rectangles, doesn't it? Very good. Okie dokie. Now, that's when we halve pictures. And last week you might have had a chance to do some pizza cutting and halving pizzas and halving cakes. What we're going to do today with Brian, I've got 2 plates. We've done something similar like this before with Mugglewump, which was sharing. And sharing is a bit like halving, but it's always got to be with 2 people. Okay, you can see there. Got my plate and Brian's plate. And I've got my yummy grapes that I bought from the supermarket. Okay. So if you can get 2 plates like this and some play food or some real food if you've got some that your mummies and daddies don't mind you using, you only need, I would say, up to 10 things. So if you've got 10 grapes or 10 tomatoes or 10 raisins, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I've dropped one. Okie dokie. So I've got my 10 grapes here in my hand, okay? And I'm going to say a number and then we're going to halve it. So if I say, get 2 grapes, like this, 2 grapes, and halve it. Now, I don't want you to get a knife out or anything like that. I want you to halve it between your teddy bear or your mummy and daddy and yourself. So give half to Brian and half to me. Okay, and see what happens. So I will do it as well. So we had 2 to start with. And then I've given 1 to me and 1 to Brian, which means half of 2 is 1 because we get 1 each. That's a nice, easy one to start with. So half of 2 is 1 when you split it up. This time, can you get 4 grapes? You see my 4 grapes there? Okay, have a look at them in your hand or line them up. And I want you to give half to your teddy bear or your mummy or daddy and half to yourself. Remember when we were doing our pictures, we said half is exactly equal. So it's got to be the same. You can't have more. Brian can't have more. You've got to have the same amount each. So half for Brian and half for me, and see how many you get each. I wonder what half of 4 is going to be. There you go, Brian. Ooh. Can you see on my plate? So what is half of 4? You know, Brian? Oh, he's going to whisper in my ear. Oh, he got it right. Did you get the same? Did you get 2 each? 2 and 2 is 4. Okay, well done. This time, we've done 1, we've done 2, sorry, we've done 4. Can you do 6? Get 6 grapes in your hand or line them up on the table. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's getting a bit harder because we've got more now, but I want you to make it so that Brian and I, or whoever you're doing it with, have exactly half, okay? I can't have all 6. That's not fair. That's not halving it. You need to halve it so it's the same on both plates, okay? You could do what we did when we did sharing. 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, and 1 for me until they're all gone. So we had 6 to start with in our hands. How many have we got if we halve it? What did you get? It's 3. 3 for me and 3 for Brian, and that's exactly the same, isn't it? Well done. Now, a bit trickier this one. I want you to just get one more so that you've got 7 grapes. Okay, just 7. So it's going to be a bit tricky, this one. I want you to use your technique of 1 for you and 1 for me, okay, and see what happens. So 7 to start with. We've got 1 for you, Brian, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me. Oh, so we've got 3 each at the moment. That only makes 6. I've still got 1 left. Did I give it to Brian? Is that half? No. Do I give it to me? Is that half? No. Because I've got too many then. And if I give it to Brian, he's got too many. What could we do with this grape here? So we've got 3 each at the moment. That's fine. That's fair. But we've still got this one. What are we going to do with it? We could cut it in half, couldn't we? So then we have 3 1/2 each. I don't have a knife with me, but I'll split it in half like that. So then I'll give half to Brian and half to me. So we've not got 4 grapes each, but we've got 3 1/2 grapes each, and that's exactly half. Well done. Right, one last one. Can you, making a mess, get 10 grapes? 10 grapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and last one, I want you to halve 10. So find out how many we'll have each if you halve 10. 1 for you, 1 for me, 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 1 for you, and 1 for me. How many do we have each, Brian? You count yours. You want to count mine as well? Check we've got the same. Tell me what the answer is. Brian says 5. Did you get 5 on each plate as well when you halved 10? Yes, you should have done. Well done. Super duper. So keep going with your halving. You can get some more pictures or draw pictures and cut them in half. You can halve lots of different types of numbers. You can have lots of fun with halving. Okay? Well done, everybody. See you soon. Bye.